Okay, after 12 card draws, we're ready for a campaign in, well, I guess, versus Austria and Italy. There you go. They got the battles all set to go. All right, now combat modifiers. It tells you in this. 1 die roll modifier in all combat rounds if Russia is hostile. Luckily for us, we made them allies, so nothing going on with that modifier. Our first combat round, we will be crossing a river and it will be opposed. So we'll get a -1 die roll modifier on the campaign modifier card. Let's go on to the next one. Secret intelligence. I think this is a pro. I can -1 administrative cost to oh, I'm sorry. Place this in campaign modifiers. +1 die roll modifier in any 1 round of combat. So we'll use this for the first round of combat, pushing it back up to 0. Enemy cavalry charge is never good. -1 die roll modifier in the second round of combat, unless Marat, and we have him with us as the general. He doesn't need to be used or to negate this campaign, just merely assigned, so we will assign him. So we'll take care of that. That comes in effect with the second round of combat anyway. This is another second campaign round of combat, so we won't be using either of these cards. And after these 2 cards have been flipped, we get a 0 die roll modifier. Let's go over here to our generals. Ooh. We'll pay 2 glory to use in the campaign, so -2 glory. And he can be used with +2 modifier, so he'll be one of our assigned commanders in any 1 round of combat. Next we'll have Oregado, or Auguro. -1 political point to use. So put him here, negate 1 political point. And last but not least, Marat, 2 glory to use, -2 or +2 die roll modifier in any 1 combat round after the first. So we'll give up 2 glory, and just having him assigned negates this card right here, which is an enemy cavalry charge. So Marat must be able to block or negate the enemy cavalry charge. So it'll work. He must have been a cavalry commander, maybe. All right, so there's our 3 generals. Now, which ones will we use? Let's go over here first to strategy and tactics. Bonaparte's plans. May -1 administration to gain +1 die roll modifier in the first round. We'll do that. So admin goes down to 2. We'll get a +1. All right, here you go. Who do we want to use? And anyone after the first, he can only be used after the first round of combat. We already paid for him to any 1 round of combat. We'll use Arego for +2. All right, so he'll be used. He'll be a used commander. And I think we're going to use Messina. He's one of my favorite ones to use. We already paid 2 glory. +2 die roll modifier in any 1 round of combat. So that gives us a +4 in the first round. So there you go. That's the way you do that. Some of these don't come into effect till the second round, but hopefully we don't have a second round. Let's go with the die roll, looking for a high number with a +4. There you go. And that is just a total victory. And under here goes 10 glory we'll get, and we'll play the Treaty of Nunaville. And play a defeat, overthrow the game end. So it was pretty much a gimme, I think. And it'll get a little bit harder as the game goes on. But meanwhile, we go from 22 to 32 glory. That's what that's all about, getting up there. Play the Treaty of Nunaville. Here you go. We got all kinds of treaties over here. And this is something you really want to pay attention to. It's down there, because we had this with the Egypt campaign, and then in the very first game we didn't pay attention to this and go straight to Syria. So this will tell you what else is going to happen. Ooh, let's see here. Oh, here you go. We got the Treaty of Nunaville. We'll find out what goes on with this. Must be moved to current treaties after victory in Austria. Set Austria to neutral. All right, so there you go. Life is pretty fat. The only ones we got going against us is Britain. If Russia is hostile, set it to neutral. Oh, nope, it's fine. It's allied. Then we get 1 diplomacy. We'll take that. 5 more glory. Oh, 32, 37. Wow. Kicking ass and taking names. And 2 more political. Up to 16. All right, ongoing effect. Austria remains neutral until the card is removed to play an imperial plebiscite. All right, so this will be in potential ongoing treaties or current treaties, I guess. There you go. Move to current treaties, yeah. All right, that is that. I guess we're done. We'll be going down here to the diplomatic phase, our first diplomatic phase. Let me do some house cleaning. Other than life, I'm the first consul. Got a little bit of luck. That's all it takes, a little bit of luck, and it's a card draw game. Like I said that one time, had to hand over the reins of power to Louis XVIII. Hell no. All I had to pay was 1 measly political point, but at the time, I had 0. That ended the game. I, Napoleon, going for our 5th swing. Not doing too bad. We'll be back. A key part of this game is this diplomatic phase. And being a natural human being, you would always think that having everybody allied and neutral would be a good thing. Not really in this game. You get glory and all kinds of, income from not being a pacifist. You got to be a Napoleon, which is kick ass and take names. So you almost want some of these weaker countries, I guess, down here to hostile, so you can go ahead and have campaigns against them and get glory. So not really what you want in the game. Although right now you'd think, oh, great, yeah, we got everybody neutral and allied. Not that good. So no matter what, we got to roll for each one. You can spend diplomatic points for die roll modifiers of +1. They can never go up. They can just go down. Well, I'm not spending no points on them. Let them go hostile. Let's beat them on the battlefield. That's what the game's about. So at this time only, you may exchange 3 glory or 1 political point for 1 diplomatic point. We got 1 diplomatic point. I'm not worried about it. Glory and political, we're going to save. Heck with diplomacy. We're a military-minded SOB. We're a bunch of old geezers fighting the old style of warfare, so we'll bowl them over. It's more in their interest to be allied with me. If you're not, well, I'm going to crush you. So let's get some buddy hostile is the name of the game here. At this time only, blah, blah, blah. Then before rolling, you may spend diplomatic points to add to the form of a diplomacy roll. No, we're not worrying about that. All right, the player is not required to spend diplomatic points just because they are available. I'm not going to worry about it. Instead, you may want one of the foreign countries to move towards hostile. All right, so who do we want to maybe keep aligned with us? I don't know about strength. I don't think it really matters. I can't tell who's stronger than who, so I'm not worrying about it. Diplomatic roll. Let them all go hostile. All right. The player is not required. The player may choose an order in which to make rolls. Choose a nation, roll a die. Diplomatic die roll modifier. Implemented result is on a diplomatic track. So diplomacy track. Let's just roll for Spain. Spain has a 2. Remove treaty and move marker towards hostile. Although, note, treaty cards and other card effects can affect this result, including maintaining a specific status regardless of the die roll. See treaties below before implementing. Okay, let's look down here. We do have a treaty with Spain. Must place in current treaties and set Spain to allied. If Spain is already allied, remove this card from play and reveal it to the new card. Spain remains allied until card 183 or Spain rises are revealed. So this supersedes this. All right. So Spain stays that way. All right, let's roll for Austria. They get a 1. They're going to go down unless we have a treaty. Ooh, and here you go. Oh, wait, no treaty for Austria. So there you go. Spain. Oh, set Austria to neutral. If ongoing effect, Austria remains neutral until the card is removed from play from the imperial plebiscite. So we haven't engaged that yet. So this card here supersedes this card, this here. All right, so now we'll go for Prussia. A 10, no effect. All right, 6 or more, no effect. So Prussia stays where it's at. Now for Russia. 7, no effect. So Russia stays where it's at. So you see what's going on here. Everybody's, even though we want them to move to hostile, everybody wants to be my buddy. All right, let me make sure that is it. I shouldn't have closed the book, because I think I did that once too, and there's a lot more to the diplomacy phase. Let me make sure everything here is good. Oh, come on. I won't bore you. Hold on a second. All right, well, I have different criteria for different treaties. You can flip them over. All these should have been flipped over, but they supersede. Everything's good to go. Now, it says here, I can break a treaty if I want to move country to hostile. But it says, be careful what you wish for. Broken treaties are removed from the game. Conquests, blah, 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 are conquered. We haven't conquered anybody, I don't think. Austria, Prussia may be conquerors. Being conquered results in each nation giving the player 10 glory at one. When a nation ceases to be conquered, it goes back. Austria and Prussia. Austria and or Prussia are defeated in the campaign. And if Austria and Prussia are defeated in a campaign, well, Austria just was, and no potential treaty card exists to bring the war to conclusion. It just did. The nation is considered conquered. Okay, so they're not conquered. We have a treaty with them. All right, well, that's good to know. Flip its marker on a divide to conquered side. The campaign are defeated in the campaign, and no potential treaty card exists to bring the war to a conclusion. So we just had a war with Austria, and there's a treaty. So there you go. So they're not conquered. All right, a conquered Austria remains neutral. Britain can be conquered by playing a certain Trafalgar if Nelson does not face up, blah, blah, blah. If Britain conquered side, remove the following, but we didn't conquer Britain. Russia and Spain may never be conquered. There is no treaty that simply will remain hostile. However, if Russia suffers defeat while Prussia and Austria are conquered, flip its dip of the marker to the inactive side. It's conquered. They're not conquered. In an active, Russia does not take part, blah, blah, blah. During the domestic politics phase, active Russia is still considered hostile. Okay, now, this is a new segment here. Potential campaigns. That's where this all comes into effect. The purpose of this segment is to determine whether or not a potential campaign is placed in the campaign box to be resolved next year, and if so, which one is to be selected. An important thing is to remember that during the first Consul deck, aside from the Austria-Italy 64-67 card campaign, which is placed at the start of the first Consul deck cards, placing a potential campaign card is optional, whereas during the Emperor deck, placing potential campaign cards is mandatory. Let me check this out. I won't bore you, and we'll be right back, find out how we get to our next campaign. All right, this is the potential campaign segment, and the purpose of this segment is to determine whether or not a potential campaign card is placed in a campaign box. The other ones here don't apply, only if Austria and Prussia are hostile, which they're not. We try to make them hostile. But anyway, this one here can come into effect because it says, may be chosen as an active campaign if Spain is allied. And Spain is allied, so this will go into our next campaign, our Louisiana campaign for next season. And I don't know if this means we're going to do a campaign in the Americas or what, but you'll see here all the specifics when it comes on into effect. So that'll take care of our diplomatic phase. We'll go down here to domestic politics. We'll check that out. This will be our first domestic politics phase. I've done this before, but it'll be my first one on video. Our first Consul sequence of play. Be right back. Domestic politics, pretty easy. That'll be just a major drawdown of glory, as you can see here on the die rolls. Now you can get die roll modifiers for each hostile or conquered or inactive nation. So for each hostile nation will be -1 for Britain. For each bloody result, we don't have that. If continental system is in play, -1. For each allied nation, +1. So Spain will take care of Britain's -1. And +1 for every 2 political points spent. Now you can exchange them, says here. 2 administration or 3 glory for 1 political point. We got enough political points. We see administrative. We're going to lose those here pretty soon, so let's might as well spend them. During this phase, you may exchange 2 administrative for 1 political point. We do have 2 administrative, so we'll go ahead and put the administrative to 0. And it'll gain us 1 political point. Because we're getting ready to lose those in the following phase anyway, so use them before we lose them. Now, before we're learning, you can spend political points to gain a +1 dial modifier for every 2 spent. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, going down from 17 to 11 on political points. That was a big investment, but we don't want to lose our glory. So we roll the dice on our domestic politics table. Sucks to be at home. Looking for a high roll. 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we -2 glory. That's not bad. All right. With our +3 modifier, so there you go. -2 glory. That ain't bad. We'll take that down to 35. We survived. Next to the cleanup phase. Check some stuff out here, and we'll be right. You know what? Let's go back here. Well, I was going to say let's redo that roll, but man, we're +3. +3. 9, 10 or more. You have to get it. Wow, we'll live with that. I was going to say let's use some luck, but we'll live with that one. All right, we'll be back. All right, your setup phase is where we're at here now. And we moved the marker to the year 1802. Wow. We'll be taking on any commander deck cards this time. Income segment. First thing we have to look at is -2 glory per year as first consul. Because of our stone in our shoe named Nelson. So that's minus that. Ooh. Okay. May pay 2 political after my first year as first consul. Remove this card from play and flip the first consul for life over. So -2 politics. We'll do that. 11 to 9. We will remove this card from play and place face down during turn face up by first consul 76. So that's 76. We are now first consul for life. All right. Add 3 administrative per year when face up allows play of imperial plebiscite. So one face up. May after first consul for life has been face up for at least 1 year. So we got to have this up for 1 year. So there you go. We get 3 administrative because we just promoted ourselves to first consul for life. Our first consul will be thrown back into the out of play pile because we are no longer first consul. We served our first year and we made ourselves first consul for life. So put this in the out of play pile. All right. Chief of staff gained 2 administrative per year. That's still in effect. So our administrative will go up to 5. Talleyrand gives us 1 D per year, and this will be our first year. While first consul or emperor. So there you go. There you go there. Oh, anything else? I don't see anything else. These are treaties. Nothing else for the resource income segment. Income effects. That's what we just did. Resource points exchange. We can exchange points. I think we'll be all right there. Card deck phase. Let me remove card segment. Anything from the first consul deck comes on out. Let's look at our deck here. And this old boy here, he goes back in. He is not, if combat only lasts 1 round, he discards without effect. So we discarded him without effect. He'll be reshuffled in here. I can take out anything from the commander deck. Right back. All right, card deck phase is done. We're ready for our card action phase, our second year as first consul. We're appointed ourselves first consul for life. There you go. Just looking at this, I guess this means we have maybe 4 years of this deck, and we'll add on. This just says 1807, and this is the end of the Emperor deck. Huh. I mean, don't tell me. I think it should have here. I'm guessing in 1807 we add these cards. It's kind of foggy. Nothing really tells me that. Just says 1807 card. I mean, does this Emperor deck don't come into effect till the end of the game? End of it? No, who knows? Let's check that out. I'm kind of lost there. All right. I mean, that's what I'm making it out to be. Emperor deck. Although it does have here Commander decks. I guess this here, this color here, represents the Emperor deck. So in 1806, 1807, I guess is when we'll first employ it. Unless you're picking cards here and somehow you become an Emperor sooner, as was the case with the Commander deck. We became first consul. You can become first consul around this area and add in those cards. So kind of foggy. I'd like to maybe need to watch old Mr. Racer play their game. I don't know why the creators of the game. I think Mr. Herman does. Mark Herman has a lot of that, and I'm sure Mr. Racer has something on there. It's just a matter of me getting my lazy butt out and watch it, but I don't have that much time to play. As a matter of fact, I'm sneaking in time now. So it ain't gonna last long. I'm gonna get a text here real soon. So let's see what we got. We got card play. Let me take a little break here to make sure everything's ready for football. It's a good Sunday. Hope you guys are having a great Sunday out there. Be right back. All right, let's get some card action phase in here for our last Commander year, 1802. Our second year as dictator of France. Our first card, the Aegean affair, -5 glory and +1 political. Then place this card near the resource track. We've already been through this. What resource track? No diplomacy may be spent for the remainder of the current year. Remove this card from play during the cleanup phase. All right, we'll put it right here, I guess. And -5 glory. Ouch, bad way to start. That's a bad mojo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gives us 28. Get a political point back. Then place this card near a resource. No diplomacy may be spent for the remainder of this current year. Huh. All right, well, I had 1 diplomacy point, so that don't really hurt anything. Next card draw. Italian Republic's immediate effect, or the Army of Italy is active campaign. All right, well, this one still stayed in effect. This is an old card. If Army of Italy is the active campaign, it's not, or the first consul deck is in play, which it is, must -1 administrative, and then I gain 5 glory and remove this card from play. So this one won't be removed from play. -1 administrative, down to 4 from 5. But I will take the 5 glory for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost back up to where we were. Remove this card from play. Otherwise, all right, we'll remove it from play. And I put my out of card play there. Card number 3. Waiting for the text that says, time to unload groceries. Card play, or game time over. All right, Haitian campaign. This is an expedition. Oh, we've seen this before. But they say take out of play. If merchants demand slavery is in play, it's not. Must immediately resolve the expedition. Otherwise, discard with no effect. Okay. Discard. So this one here. Down to card draw 4. What are we going to face? Laney's to Portugal. If Laney's is in commanders, may discard Laney's and +1. Otherwise, discard no effect. +1 diplomacy. Well, Laney's, I think he's pretty good. I don't want to get rid of him. I don't want to send him to Spain. Defender Laney's. Yeah, no, I'll take him up. Yeah, no, don't want to get rid of him. There you go. 2 different portraits. Otherwise, discard with no effect. We will discard with no effect. Don't want to get rid of our general. We got a nice little bunch of them there. Bring on any enemy. I'm feeling pretty invincible. All right, that was that card draw. Down to number 5. Paris Society, immediate effect. Must roll 1 die with 2+ modifier is in play. if she's not in play. Then what do I do? If Josephine Barrera 60 is in play. All right, she isn't, so I guess we'll discard it. Don't say nothing. Down to 6. And we'll be rolling for campaign time. We got a Louisiana campaign ready to go. Okay, next. Anti-French Revolt. I hate this card. Must immediately resolve an expedition within one independent commander. And no matter what, we're losing freaking glory. One independent commander, ladies. After the first round, I need a +2, or I think it's going to be our good old boy, Messina. he's our most valuable player here. 2 glory to use. Ouch. From 33 to 31. All right. +2 die roll modifier, so we'll get a +2 on this roll. 5 or less, looking for 6 or more. And then we'll roll for our campaign. 2 + 2 is only a 4. 5 or less, failure. Ouch. -3 glory. 1, 2, 3, 28. And 2 political. 10, 9 equals 8. That hurt. And it goes back into discard. Messina, what'd you do? Will you help me out there, bud? All right, we'll put him over here because I think he has been used. Face down is what I'm doing. Unused commanders. Rolling our die for our campaign on a 1. And it says no way near. So going down to card draw number 7. Die roll. Card. Piece of Amiens, Britain. When revealed, must place in Britain +3 political and place in cancel Nelson marker in Britain. Really? Whoa. I'll check this one out. Skip the diplomacy phase while this card is in play. In the next resource income segment, ignore the from Nelson if in play. Card from play along with a marker. Wow. All right, well, I think we could put it here. This is a great card. All right, let's place in Britain +3 political and place the cancel Nelson marker in Britain. All right, so we get 3 politics. Well, let's take that. 1, 2, 3 to 11. Let's see here. Is there a marker we're looking for? Ooh, here you go. Have a great time with this game, especially when you win. If it lost, I'd be saying, this game sucks. All right, skip to the following game. Place this cancel art in Britain. All right. There you go. Cancel Nelson. Skip the diplomacy phase. The next resource income segment. If in play, remove this marker from play alone. Then remove this card from play along with the marker. So it only gets effect once. So we'll remember this right here. We'll just keep it right here. All right, that is good. All right, 2, 1 or 2, and we go to campaign. It's a 9. It's telling me nowhere near. Going for the next card draw. Having some good cards coming in effect we haven't seen before. Copenhagen. We've seen this one. Must discard with no effect if piece of amends is in play. All right. Discard no effect. That's all we need to see. Rolling a die. Low number will go to battle. 10. Telling me nowhere near does this game want me to do that. Next card. Madame de Stael. Place in politics. -1 political per year in a domestic politics phase. Ouch. May spend 1 administration 5 glory to exile. Remove this card from play. Yeah. -1 administration 5 glory. 23 from 28. Remove this card from play. You're out of here, lady. We don't need you around. All right, that just cost me. Let's roll a dice. Low number. We're going to campaign. 4. 1 to 4. So it will be campaign resolution time. Attack. Spend the remainder of the current turn. Must 5 glory. No diplomacy may be spent. Okay, we're good for that. Going to the campaign. We're going to take a break, but when we come back tonight, tomorrow, the next day, sometime this week, Louisiana campaign. Campaign modifiers. Way back. All right, we'll be about a week later. And we're going to finally get down to taking care of our campaign resolution phase. We have picked a Louisiana campaign. I'm not sure about this. If Spain is allied, well, where's this campaign at? In the Louisiana territories? In the Americas? Huh. It does say move this card to the Americas regardless of outcome. So we'll have to see what's up. We're getting ready to check this campaign out and roll for it. May play one administrative to +1 Dyro modifier at every one round of combat. So we'll take that. I don't know if we've already moved this up. We'll give us a +1 for that card. I think this card. Ooh, -1 Dyro modifier in the first round. So I'm opposed in my river crossing. So it'll put us back to 0 for that card. This one wasn't coming into effect until the second round of combat, unless Murat is assigned to this campaign. We are going to assign him. And 2 glory to use, minus us 2 glory to 21, and he will be our assigned commander. We also want to use Devout, 3 glory to use, +2 Dyro modifier in any one round of combat. So -3, ooh, 1, 2, 3, down to 18. That's what my track looks like. We gotta keep it a little bit down because it is evening time, and don't want to make too much noise, but here you go. We're ready for combat. No strategy or tactics cards may be played. None of these may be played. I think we're ready to go. So let me see here. The only Dyro modifier I want to put on here is +2 in any round combat. So we'll go up to +2. And he can't come in until after the first. So there you go. That'll be it. Looking for a high roll for the Louisiana campaign. We'll call it a video after we get done with this, even though it's taken me a week between the last video and this video. Oh, what is this card here? Oh, the Emperor. Oh, must have got knocked over in the week since I played this again. Okay, let's go. High roll, die roll, +2. Oh, that is not what we needed. Alright, bloody stalemate. So I'll have to get the old... There's a bloody result. So now, -1 in next combat roll, and 2 glory lost. 16. -1. I think I hear somebody coming down the steps. We'll be right back. Alright, second round of combat. We would face an enemy cavalry charge. Unless Murat is assigned. Murat is assigned. And he will give us a +2 in any one combat modifier round after the second. So it'll give us a +2, 1, 2 to +3. There you go. And that is with our... Let's start this over. -1 in all combat rounds. There you go. Ooh, nothing for this one. Nothing for this one first round, and nothing for this one. It's been used. Oh, we've already used Devout. And we'll get 2 here. 1, 2, so we'll get a +1. Second round of combat. We also have to have us a -2. Die roll, hold on, stalemate, bloody result. -1 next combat roll. Alright, -1, so we're down to 0. Alright, stalemate, bloody result, +1, we're down, blah, 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 blah. It was a bloody result. Where do we have our bloody marker at? Bloody result. Bloody result. Oh, here you go. Well, right here. Alright. Another -1. High roll. This is going to be good. Oh, this is great. Wow, talk about bailing out with a victory. Oh my goodness, if it wasn't so late at night, I'd be hooting and hollering. Alright, that is killer. We still got Napoleon's luck. We could have re-rolled. So even with a -1, that's a 9. That is a victory. Let's look here. Victory 10 glory and 2 politics. Glory 16 to 26. 2 politics up to 13. Alright, that was a great victory. Now there's even more. Ooh, 10 defeat. Anyway, moves this card to the Americas regardless of the outcome. Does that remove Convention of Louisiana Purchase and the War of 18 from play? Move this card to the Americas. The Americas are right up here. We follow the rest of it, but that's great. Let me clean this up. Get a little bit of house cleaning. We'll go on through the diplomatic phase. Will be next. We're right back. A lot to do. Alright, then to complete the card and the campaign, either war, win or lose, it says. And this is kind of strange. I don't know why. I mean, if you have, I guess if this card never came up, if 69 never came up, these cards, Convention of Montfortain, Louisiana Purchase, and War of 1812, maybe, is removed from play. Well, anyway, you want to do what he says. Definitely, we learned that in this game. So we have taken these cards out. And it does say remove Convention from play. So there you go. 3 cards out of play. Oh, we're ready to go now to the diplomatic phase when we come back. And we'll finish out the rest of these, and then we'll call it a video. So we'll be back for some more gaming. Don't know if it'll be done tonight, but we're going to get that one in. Oh, 1 Dyro modifier for domestic politics when you suffer a bloody defeat. There you go. We're on it. We'll be back.